It's a great move any way you look at it. Y2J starting things off here for his team.
It doesn't get any better than this. We're about to witness tag team action at its finest, fellas.
The constant reinvention of Chris Jericho has been what's kept him one of WWE's most enduring superstars.
I get it. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to kiss up to Y2J, Saxton. But the fact is, your name's on the list of Jericho in permanent ink.
I thought it was just a rumor.
He's playing with him now. He'd be wise to stay right there.
Harsh impact.
He's starting to stagger a bit.
It looks to me like his partner's itching to get in there. And now might be a good time to give him what he wants.
Oh, I'm not going to go so far as to say he can't win this match, but things certainly aren't looking good for him right now.
Oh, man, that hurt.
For many years, members of the WWE Universe and the WWE locker room have felt that tag team matches should have two referees. One referee is in the ring overseeing the action, and the other is located out on the floor, making sure teams follow the rules and do not engage in potentially damaging behavior. I think it's a good idea, something perhaps Mr. McMahon might want to consider. Devastating elbow.
Byron, earlier you raised a point that people have been talking about for years, and that's a second referee being appointed to tag team matches. I remember WWE Hall of Famer and former WWE President Gorilla Monsoon used to express his strong advocacy for two referees being appointed to tag team matches.
It's something that's been talked about for decades, Michael, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. We've seen it on occasion, but I think it's best to let the superstars be responsible for themselves. And the appointed official for the match needs to do the job they're paid to do. I don't think it's that much to ask.
He's not in a good spot here, guys.
He simply needs to find a way to regroup.
Most of the truly great tag teams in sports entertainment created a double-team finishing maneuver. The spike pile driver from Anderson and Blanchard, the heart attack from the Hart Foundation, the rocker dropper from the Rockers, or the Doomsday device from the Road Warriors. A team needs to have a tag team finisher and be able to execute that finisher on all types of opponents.
Oh, right to the body. That hurt. The Rock may be in a bad way here. Corey, a few moments ago, you mentioned some of the great tag team finishing moves in sports entertainment history. Don't forget about the 3D from the Dudley Boys, or the double drop kick from the 2017 WWE Hall of Famers, the Rock and Roll Express. Tag team action like in singles competition. Once a duo nails their opponent with their finisher, that should signal the beginning of the end.
It can take a long time for a tag team to decide on a double team finisher, but I agree. A team needs one, and it should be something that can be administered to any opponent. That's when a finishing move is truly effective. And since we're talking about tag teams, remember you and your partner have until the referee's 5 count to execute the move.
You gotta believe this one's over. Whoa, down he goes.
That was impressive, Cole.
Now watch this. Verticals. He's got the shoulders down. In off the tag.
Over the last few years, the tag team scene in WWE is hotter than it's ever been. One of the teams that has shined brighter than any other is the New Day. Xavier Woods, Big E, and Kofi Kingston are two-time tag team champions. But it was their second reign that put the New Day name in WWE history books forever.
The tag team competition right now is as heated as it's ever been since the Attitude Era. Everywhere you look, there's another tremendous tag team combination looking to make a run at the WWE Tag Team Gold. When we talk about the New Day, the team won a fatal four-way match in their second tag team title reign at 2015's SummerSlam.
I may think the power of positivity stinks like a bag of rotting garbage, and that Woods...
And look at Jericho.
drives him down, but Coley's not finished.
No, not at all. Again with the power. Powerbomb after powerbomb.
Nice. Shut it down. But now, can Chris Jericho capitalize on this?
There have been times in sports entertainment when unlikely duos have formed, and over time they develop and bond and become an outstanding tag team combination. The team that immediately comes to mind is the powerhouse duo of Cesaro and Sheamus. After their thrilling best-of-7 series, I wouldn't think they'd develop into a top tag team.
I don't think anyone thought Cesaro and Sheamus would develop into a premier tag team. Over time, the superstars realized that they were better as allies than as enemies. And when they combined their incredible strength, the results were something that couldn't be ignored.
It was really unbelievable to witness the evolution of Cesaro and Sheamus as a team. We saw them improve every week and conquer a variety of opponents. To see the Swiss Cyborg and Celtic Warrior go from...
Look at this.
In May of 2017, SmackDown Live saw an incredible women's tag team match when Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch squared off against welcoming committee members Natalya and Carmella. The rivalry between these women got so intense that Naomi was in Flair and Lynch's corner, and Tamina was in Natalya and Carmella's corner.
Really targeting the back on that one.
Nailed it.
I think only a group as treacherous as the welcoming committee could bring Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair back together. Natalya's power set the tone for the match and gave her team an advantage. That was until Carmella's overconfidence let the Irish last kicker turn the tide and get back into the match. And then it was elementary from there for the Irish-born superstar.
Naomi did an excellent job of making sure any quote-unquote committee nonsense cost her girls the match. Once Becky Lynch got Carmella locked,
And he tags his partner in.
momentum has certainly shifted here, Michael.
Got to be careful not to get counted out here. Bringing it back between the ropes. And there's his speed paying off. He's on the defensive now. If he's not careful, this can snowball out of control for him in a hurry.
If you told me heading into this match that he was going to absorb so much punishment, I would have called you a liar. Especially you, Saxton. But then again, I never believe anything that comes out of your mouth.
A very crucial part in the match for him here. He simply cannot let his opponent gain too much momentum.
Yeah, and he seems to have an endless supply of energy.
Oh, using the knee as a weapon. It might be cliche, but it's true here. It ain't over till it's over.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Oh, what impact! He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
The Rock. Here we go.
I think this is the beginning of the end, Michael.
Somebody get the hose. This guy's on fire.
Yeah, and he seems to have an endless supply of energy.
Counter here.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Splash! Massive.
In order to be a premier tag team, a superstar and their teammate must have that continuity where they're a well-oiled machine inside the ring. I'm talking about classic techniques, like cutting the ring in half, isolating your opponent, relegating them to your corner, and making frequent tags so that the fresh man is always in the ring. That's how you keep your opponents off balance.
And it's The Rock with the reversal. And that's the tag to Chris Jericho. Oh, and a kick right to the midsection. When this guy's on, look out. Oh, and a terrific reversal by Chris Jericho.
Oh, nasty impact.
And that one grounds him.
I didn't realize he had such a glass jaw.
Jericho is struggling a bit. Headed into this match, he and his partner look extremely confident.
It looks to me like he's really trying to carry this team on his back, which really isn't necessary, considering he has a very capable partner he could tag in with.
Oh, right to the back. Avoids trouble there.
These superstars wearing the wounds right now of what has been an absolutely thrilling matchup.
Yeah, and he seems to have an endless supply of energy.
Oh, and he reverses it.
Militant. Ooh! Gotta believe this one's over.
Gets the tag.
Wow, I thought he was a goner.
Not so fast. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good, Byron.
Yeah, this is how people end up getting hurt.
Chris Jericho is tagged in. What a strike. Boom! Hurricane Rana. Good grief. And now that one's countered.
Wow, that was impressive, Michael.
Big time slam. Vicious. Beautiful technique. Sharp knee. Knee drop.
That was nasty.
So precise. Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy. And look at Jericho. Drives him down, but Cole's not finished. No, not at all. Again with the power. Nailed it. Oh, here it comes. Spike. Sit out. Pile driver. What a comeback. Ooh, what impact. Now it's Chris Jericho fading a bit. If they want to win this match, he really needs to make a tag soon.
Sure, he'd rather not be on the receiving end here, but let's not lose focus of the fact that he's in far better shape than his opponent right now.
Harsh impact. He might have it. Impactful slam. That's how you put an exclamation point on a match.
This night,
He thinks he has it. 1, 2. Oh, and the ref gets absolutely floored.
Yeah, but let's be honest, a light breeze would knock him over.
inverted DDT.
Now it's time to capitalize.
Oh man, The Rock really needs to dig down deep.
Chris Jericho doing a great job of turning that around.
Oh, flying forearm, that'll turn your lights out.
Great effort from both these teams, guys, but at this point, both sides look to be struggling here.
Whoa, Jericho able to avoid damage.
What a cagey maneuver.
Boom, impact. Taken off his feet here.
And it's moves like that that make him so dangerous.
The Rock in with the tag.
From behind.
Neck breaker. This might be it.
Oh, my.
Great effort from both these teams, guys, but at this point, both sides look to be struggling here. What a clothesline! Ouch! Back elbow.
Jeez, did you see that?
Down with the Samoan drop. Yeah, and he seems to have an endless supply of energy.
Rock set.
And he does! Sharpshooter time! Sharpshooter locked in for the Rock!
That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
What a tag team display. I can't remember a tag team match in recent memory that was even close to as good as that one was.
That was just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance. I could watch highlights of that one all night long. One of the great WWE matches I've ever been able to watch.
Here are your winners, and the new WWE Tag Team Champions, Chris Jericho and The Rock.
What a back-and-forth battle that was. Tag teams beware. These two guys are legit.
As we saw here tonight, teams will do just about anything when the tag titles are on the line.